I think I've been trying to avoid the truth. I've been trying to avoid the reality that I am special, if you will. Short bus special. Okay? I know it has to be true when my grandma would say I was, but she passed away. You know, I was the last person she saw when she was alive. And you know what she told me then? That I was special. So even before my grandma went to the other side, she had to remind me one more time that I was special. My neighbors, they tell me I'm special. They'd be like, you are retarded. You are retarded. And I am. I am. I have to admit it. My wife suspects that I might be. Guys, I'm going to take this test here with y'all. That's not the right one. There we go. I'm going to take this quiz. It's a 50-question quiz on clinicpartners.co.uk. UK? How does that help me? How does that help me at all? How does that help me? I want an American test. But it's what I have right now. This is kind of where we are with content, huh? You know, for the longest time, I've been doing all sorts of various things on this channel. But really, I think the underlying thing is that it's a bit of a bizarre Truman Show. Except the guy refuses to accept that it is a Truman Show. I love, for some reason, putting my ugly mug on camera. Hey, ladies. All right, let's go ahead and do this. Question 1. I prefer to do things on my own rather than with others. Definitely agree. Definitely agree there. I prefer to do things on my own rather than others, no matter what it is. Question 2. I prefer doing things the same way, for instance, my morning routine or trip to the supermarket. Yes. Yes, I do not like to deviate from my routine. If I do, there's an issue. There's a problem. I'm not going to create a scene. I will internalize it. And I will then call myself names I'll call myself certain words I can't say here because of TOS. And when I was younger, I would punch myself in the face if the routine was messed up, which is probably why one side of my face looks like it's dead. Question 3. I find myself becoming strongly absorbed in something, even obsessional. Let me ask you this, guys. I bought a PlayStation 1. Why? Because I wanted to. Because I wanted to play a game that I could play on mobile and other ways, but I wanted to play the real thing. And I sucked a lot of time into that one particular game. Instead of hanging out with the neighbors, I was invested in this one thing. And I'm like that. It's Final Fantasy Tactics, by the way. I am like that with a lot of things. There will be a game, there will be something that will hold my interest for, and I'll be fixed on it. And I will not deviate from that thing. I don't care if it kills my social life. I don't really really care about that, honestly. Honestly, and this might be a later question. I'm bad when it comes to friends. I really am. My social skills suck. It's a lot of masking. It's a lot of, I think this is what I'm supposed to do. I'm going to tell you, and it's like this. There's things I know I am allowed to say that I should say to be friendly. So I say those things. Those scripts I have. But I have a tough time deviating from that. And I have I know friendship is important. Like I do identify the importance of that. But if given a choice of doing something for me, going into an obsession that I have, or hanging out with neighbors, I would choose the other. So anyway, I become strongly absorbed in something, even obsessional. Yeah, definitely agree. Question 4. I'm very sensitive to noise and will wear earplugs to cover my ears in certain situations. This one is like, I'm sensitive to noise, but it doesn't necessarily bother me. It depends on what it is. Like, for example, my phone, I have to have on silent. The only reason why I don't have it on silent now is because my wife gets mad if it's on silent, because when she tries to call me, I don't answer. And so does my mom. But the reason I care more about if my wife gets mad at me is because my wife, if she's mad at me, is not going to perform fellatio on me. And I can't do that to myself. And so I go, okay, I want my wife to be happy so that I can get service. So how about I put the volume at like the lowest volume I can have? Even then, sometimes I forget about it. Like if there's certain sounds, that really bother me and I just cannot stand. Like if I'm sitting in the office, I'm documenting, and there's a loud sound, yeah, it bothers me. If I have headphones on, there is music, there's a podcast playing, whatever. But anymore, it's more like just background noise. So for this one, I'm very sensitive to noise and wear earplugs. Slightly disagree on that one. Sometimes people say I am being rude, even though I think I'm being polite. Yes, that is definitely true. I will say things, and I mean to be nice. Like if I see a woman who looks large, and this happened before, I asked her, when is the baby due? I said, congratulations. It is awesome to be a mother, isn't it? And she was neither one of those things. Well, I don't know why I said it that way. She was a woman. She was not a mother, but she was also not pregnant. She was just big. That was a problem. That was a problem there. I know that one's been kind of funny. It has happened before. Look, man. Look, there's awkward situations abound with me. Just ask anyone who knows me. I will say things and bring things up, and I think they're fine, but they're not fine, right? Like, if someone farts, I will point out, oh, hey, you farted. If someone... And I even recognize that they're awkward. I recognize that some of them are awkward. I will say, hi, nice to meet you. when I'm handshaking and people are leaving. And this is someone that I had known for years. And I didn't mean to say that. My scripts got messed up. I am weird around people. I don't like being around people, especially strangers. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to say. So yeah, sometimes people say I'm rude. The polite thing for me to do is to kind of just get away from it all. That's the polite thing, because I'm going to say something stupid. So I think for this one, definitely agree. Question 6. I find it easy to imagine what characters from a book might look like. Yeah, of course. I find it easy to talk in groups of people. If there's a topic, if I know what the topic is and all that, like group therapy, oh, that's fine. Oh, that's easy. I'm probably the one who's talking the most. But if it's just like a group of people, like a social situation, oh, no. No, I do not. I'm actually, if anything, I become like that. I just say, yeah. And that's about it. I just wait for maybe a joke that I can piggyback on. But I have no idea what to really talk about, what to do, or any of that stuff. I'm more interested in finding out about things than people. This is kind of true. Slightly agree. I am interested in people because I'm intrigued by what they do. And I'll be honest with you, I see the people as things as well. Does that make sense? Question 9. I find numbers, dates, strings of information fascinating. This is not true. This is where, like, I don't know if I'm really autistic. Because when it comes to numbers, dates, and strings of information, I don't really, like, I struggle with that because I'm not a mathematical person. I am just not. But I will find certain patterns interesting. Fine, yeah. But I would slightly disagree there. Because my memory is bad, and I think, anyway, question 10. I prefer nonfiction books and films to fiction. I used to prefer nonfiction books and films, but I have learned, or at least I've been convinced through a pattern of things presented in my life, that even the nonfiction is a bunch of fiction. And that the people who say they know stuff don't really know stuff, or at least they know what they know at that moment, but what they know, what they present, turns out to not really be the case. And it's like, well, then I don't know. Like, it is hard for me to get invested in fictional worlds. It is like, I can enjoy Star Wars or Warhammer or Warcraft and stuff, but I can never, ever, ever, ever get invested into the world to where it actually matters. Ever. No matter what the fantasy thing is. Doesn't matter. Never. Like, even with Halo, and I love that series, I just was like, when I would see people like deep dive into like why things happen in this fictional universe, I'm like, well, the reason why is because the programmers had limitations. Because I'll be like, oh, how come in Halo 1 the armor doesn't protect you from fall damage, but just later on they come up with some colorful way to make an excuse? I'm like, guys, you guys are acting retarded. You guys are pulling excuses out of your rear end and you know it. Why? Because they didn't think about it then. And they think about it now. And you guys, and I'm looking at it. This is just one example, one situation where people like fixate over a fictional world, fictional thing, to the point to where they themselves look retarded. And then I'm possibly the autistic retard here, and wondering like what is going on. How come I can't be like them? How come I have to see it for what it is, which is just a bunch of crap? Maybe I'm not autistic. Maybe I'm just a negative Nancy. Maybe I'm just a shut-in. Huh? Maybe I'm just a paranoid schizophrenic. I don't know. Maybe. But for this one, I'll do slightly agree. Question 11. I find it upsetting if my daily routine is upset or change. Definitely agree. It's difficult for me to understand other people's facial expression and body language. Yes. I can understand when someone is happy, smiles are happy, frowns are sad, when they're mad, yes. But I have trouble with that. I'll slightly agree. I don't have any problem making small talk with new people. Oh! Definitely disagree. Disagree 100%. It's just remembering the scripts. Like if you see me engaging in a social situation, it is a bunch of scripts I have loaded up mentally, and I am just like I might present the situation like a joke almost, and that's how I can operate in that. Question 14. I notice very small changes in a person's appearance. Slightly agree. Question 15. When I was young, I used to play lots of Let's Pretend imaginary games. Oh, yeah, all the time, and they were the best. They were the best. Oh, yeah. I used to pretend I was a dragon and be in the woods, get lost, get picked with sticks, and fight my cousins with the sticks. Yeah, man, it's cool. I like collecting information about things I'm interested in. Well, yeah, definitely agree. Who doesn't like doing that? Question 17. I like meeting new people. Disagree. People close to me say I talk about the same things repeatedly. Well, actually, people close to me probably say I don't really talk, if anything. And that is true. I don't really talk much. So, but if you ask my wife, she would say I do talk about the same things repeatedly. Streaming, or the videos, and that's about it. Question 19. I find it easy to work out what people are thinking or feeling just by looking at their facial expressions. Definitely disagree. I knew social situations make me feel anxious. Definitely agree, yes. It is important to me to carefully plan any activities I'm going to do. Yes, but I have become more comfortable with just kind of winging it. But that's kind of what I do a lot anyway. Carefully planning any activities I'm going to do. Like, I prefer, especially with work, to wing my schedules, kind of make sense of things in the moment. Oh, but it's true, but it's not at the same time. Like, I like having, oh man, it's just, I like having the schedule the way it is. And I like being able to like, yeah, I'm going to have to say, yeah, I do need to plan. I do need to plan the activities. I do. And then I'm deceiving myself right now about how, like, oh, but it wasn't really planned. But it was planned. It was. I totally had a plan to do the thing I was going to do. So definitely agree. Question 22. I find it hard to work out what people's intentions are. Slightly. No, definitely agree. I don't know. And but anymore, I just, to protect myself, because I've been jaded on the internet, I immediately go with some sort of, oh, they might be out to get me. I need to protect myself. That's kind of what it is anymore. They're out to get me. They're all out to get me. Question 23. I would find it really hard to play imaginary games with children. I definitely disagree. All right, being the internet, I already know people are gonna have. Like, what does that mean? I'll tell you what it means. You know, I have nieces and nephews, and whenever there's a family gathering, it just so happens that I am the guy that, like, it's been like this since the kids have been very, very little till even now. Where, like, they'll be like, "Oh, let's play Robot Zombie." What is Robot Zombie? It's just chase. That's all it is. I'm walking around like a zombie, in various forms, trying to get them. Okay, I never really get them. They just run away, and if I do get them, I just grab their head. I got your brain, things like that, and they love it. They love that. And honestly, I gotta tell you what, I'd rather do that than sit around and talk about crap I don't care about. Wait, can I go back? I think I said definitely disagree. And I meant to say definitely agree to that one. Can I go back to the question? Can I go back to the question? Come on. There's not a back button? No, there should be a back button. Anyway, question 24. I'm a good diplomat and can help difficult social and work situations. Not really. I'm more like, what's the problem? Like, why are you arguing? Like, let's get over it and work together. I don't know if that's good. I would say definitely disagree. That I'm often the last person to understand a joke. Well, definitely agree. I am. I like doing things spontaneously. It all depends on what that is. And what do you mean by spontaneous? Like, if certain conditions are met, and I know that I am safe, and that there's like my wife lets us do things spontaneously. We were much younger. We spontaneously just couldn't go down to Galveston. No plan or anything. Had work the next day, and we'd do that. But I knew I had gas. There was gas there. I had money, and so I didn't have a concern. Just kind of weigh my options and be like, okay, yeah. So I'll be like, I slightly agree. If I'm interrupted doing something, I find it hard to get back to what I was doing beforehand. Gonna have to disagree with that. If I'm interrupted, if I'm doing something that's important to me and I'm focused and I'm interrupted, I am waiting for that thing to be done so I can go back to doing what I was doing, no matter what that thing is. I would slightly disagree. I notice patterns and small things all the time. Yes, of course I do. Very esoteric patterns too. I make references to things that people don't even. I think people don't notice. Anyway, I would definitely agree. I have some very strong interests and get upset if I can't pursue them. Definitely agree. I do. I can tell if someone I am talking to is getting bored. I cannot tell that. That's you guys. Definitely agree. No, I mean disagree. All right. There's a strong probability you are autistic. Like, it's not just no tendencies, few tendencies, slight tendencies. It is like beyond borderline indication. It is strong likelihood, man. And some of those questions I answered incorrectly. Like, I am autistic. Like, I'm going to get officially tested. I'm going to do it. I'm going to figure it out. I'm telling you, man, I'm autistic. That explains a lot. That explains this channel. It explains the things I've done on this channel. Dude, like, I'm just realizing this now. Now, this is, of course, a test in the UK. And what does the UK really know? I mean, I'm going to call them. Am I going to call them for my issue here? I would. But my Skype subscription doesn't cover international calls. Wait, I don't think it does. Wait, does it? No, I'm not going to do that live in the moment, though. Down here. Hey, that one stream I did call that hooker live in the moment. That was real. And I did tell my wife about that. That was real. All that was real. Real. All this is real too, man. Non-scripted. Not fake. This is real. Okay? Hey. They're doing this. I want you guys to get tested too. Because if you made it this far, you're probably autistic as well. Maybe. All right, well, I think we're at the end here. Y'all take it easy. Why are you still here, man? Get lost, dude.